is not an acceptable policy and puts our economic security as a nation at risk. Denver and cities across the country have continually looked and asked for Washington to act on comprehensive immigration reform. Unfortunately, that's not what we saw today. What we saw today lacked leadership, it lacked vision, and quite frankly, I think missed a huge opportunity. Our number one priority is always the safety and well-being of everyone who lives in our city. But let me be clear. Let me be very clear. Denver does not have a policy of non-cooperation on immigration enforcement, and we have always complied with federal immigration laws. What Denver will not support is taking unlawful or unconstitutional actions on behalf of our federal law enforcement. We have a history of being a city of opportunity for everyone, and we have the intention of maintaining our character as a city. This is about what is best for the residents of Denver, and I will remain steadfast in doing everything I can to protect our residents, immigrant or not, and make sure that everyone in this city feels safe. So I won't stop there. I want to answer any questions you may have, but I wanted to make sure you understood the position of the city of Denver.
There's a little bit of confusion, I think. There's no official ordinance or policy. It sounds like deemed, Denver emphatically a sanctuary city. But are you worried that Denver would be targeted with loss of funding based on its practices?
Nothing in the reading of the executive order that came out today leaves us to believe that Denver is in violation of any parts of the executive order. We, again, do not have a policy of non-cooperation on federal immigration enforcement, and we work cooperatively with our federal agencies, and we'll continue to do so.
Well, the message we got from the city a couple months ago, right after the election, was, yeah, there's no big policy, but there are certain things we won't do, like immigration polls and things like that. Wouldn't that be in violation?
What would be in violation of if once an individual has cleared, whatever legally the reason why we hold them, and there is not a federal justifiable reason to hold them, instead of saying we need a check, we cannot and we do not hold them. We made that policy decision several years ago, along with many other cities across the country. But in checking with and meeting with our city attorney's office and what we read in terms of the executive order, Denver is not in violation of the executive order.
So that's the argument. If confronted by the Trump administration or lumped in that category, that's the argument you guys counter, hey, don't put this in that category because we don't think that.
We're not a sanctuary city. We will value residents in this city. We won't take any unlawful or unconstitutional acts against residents of the city of Denver. And it is our goal to make sure the people in this city feel safe and know that this is a city that is open, welcoming, and inclusive. And what we want from the federal government is a policy that reforms the immigration policies of this nation, so that we can allow those folks who are very much a part of our economic framework of this city and this state, quite frankly, who want to live here and want to seek the opportunities of the state, can do so.
Has there been any talk of making Denver a sanctuary city?
I have never been involved in any conversation about making Denver a sanctuary city.
What would you say to people who are seeing these comments today and they're afraid?
What we said about a month and a half ago, that as a city, we have your back. And as a city, we won't engage in any unconstitutional, unlawful efforts to harm individuals in our city. Our goal, and again our call to the federal government, is bring forth immigration reform. Quite frankly, lead. And that's what we expect from the federal government, to lead. We have an opportunity here with 11 million people living in the shadows of this nation who want to seek opportunity here. And as President of the United States and as a Congress of the United States, I believe they have a unique opportunity to step up and say, now is the time for us to do what's right by this nation and by those who are here, who are contributing to the economic vitality of this nation and to every cultural fabric of our cities, as well as the economic vitality of our cities. And so that's why I stand when you're hearing comments from mayors all the country. We recognize the importance of integrating the productivity and the values of these individuals into our cities, and we want to make sure that we continue to do so. Lead. Bring us immigration reform. This is not leadership.
I guess just to clarify, you tell people we have your back, yet you say Denver is not a sanctuary city, but at the same time, Denver, for whatever reason, has kind of had that reputation as
You know, the reality is, I just returned from Washington, where I met with numerous mayors, where we talked about the potential immigration decisions by the White House. The reality is every one of us are in agreement. We don't know what the definition of a sanctuary city is. What we have in Denver are values, values of inclusiveness, values of openness. That's what we believe in. You know what? We are encouraging a path to residency or citizenship in this city. What we're encouraging is the federal government to lead on a policy reform. That's what we're asking. You can create all kind of definitions. At the end of the day, you and I live in this city because we're proud to call us home, because we're accepted, because we're inclusive and we're open.
I guess the question is, what if those values don't jive? Are you afraid that the feds can come after?
Don't jive with what?
Don't jive with this this new policy, these new viewpoints. What if they don't jive? Are you afraid that potentially funding could be cut off?
I believe these values are the values of American people and the values of this country. And I believe you're going to see those same values articulated by mayors all over this country.
What if the city did lose its federal funding?
We don't believe we're in any violation to lose federal funding. We believe that we cooperate and comply with federal law, and we cooperate with our federal agency. We plan to continue to do so.
Maybe one more question? Anyone?
Just to clarify, do you see any change at all after today's declaration by the president and what the city did?
You know, we're going to continue to monitor what the executive order issued by the president today means. In terms of the city government, again, we don't see anything that we do today in violation of the executive order. We, again, will continue to remain in concert with other mayors across this country, calling on our federal leadership to lead on this issue and to begin the process of bringing forth a sensible, practical, and appropriate immigration reform.